Also, there's another video here about Matt versus Japan. Matt versus Japan abuses DMCA to censor critics.
Matt vs. Japan YouTube channel abused YouTube's DMCA policy to get my account permanently banned. Hi, my name is Anacreon.
Yeah, hi. I never understood why Matt was ever considered to be an expert in anything. Because there are too many stupid, low intelligent people in the world. Too many stupid, low intelligent people in the world who believe in anything they see on YouTube.
And I'm a Japanese learner and software developer who's been highly involved in a few Japanese learning communities and has built some tools that I've heard a lot of people have found useful. I used to run a quickly growing YouTube channel until around early July 2021, when Matt from the Matt vs. Japan YouTube channel abused YouTube's DMCA policy to get my account permanently banned because I shared some content that shone a little too much light into a shady character. Today I'm going to tell you the story about why and how this happened, and tell you what the contents were that upset Matt to the point he decided to abuse DMCA and get my videos and channel removed. Let's start by giving you a little background into who Matt is. Matt is a guy who, from all appearances, is absolutely obsessed with Japan, and seemingly, particularly in anime, in his late teenage years. In fact, in contrast to what he tells his audience, he studied Japanese for nearly 10 years and had multiple years of traditional school education in before he began following an immersion method called AJAT, which stands for Japanese All the Time, and is basically an extreme form of immersion learning, which was run by a guy known as Katsumoto, and suggests a learner should spend as much time as possible in the target language each day. Matt self-admittedly became enamored with both AJAT and its creator, Katsumoto. Long story short, after Katsumoto disappeared from the internet, and after something like 4 or 5 years following AJAT, in addition to a couple of years he had studied Japanese in school, began a YouTube channel promoting AJAT to the YouTube audience.
See, that's what I'm telling you. They're making up lying stories. They're making up lying stories. He would say before he started his YouTube channel that he studied Japanese for 5 years and also studied Japanese in school for 2 years. He will say that he studied Japanese in school for 2 years, studied Japanese for another 5 years, and using this AJAT. It's just all a lie. It's all a lie. He will say that he studied 5 years or 7 years or 10 years before he started his YouTube channel. And I'm very sure before he started his YouTube channel, he did not know anything in Japanese. I'm very sure before he started his YouTube channel, he did not know anything in Japanese. And then he just started his YouTube channel pretending that he is good and high level in Japanese and making some fake edited videos reading from a script. Same like all the language learning YouTubers, those from the language learning community, all those scammers from the language learning community. They're just liars and scammers and making some lying stories, making up stories.
Endeavor didn't really seem to have much to offer that wasn't already on the original AJAT website, so never gained a large audience like other language learning resources. However, in 2019, a multi-language learner and software developer named Lucas, known by his handle as Yoga Pants, entered into a partnership with Matt to create Mass Immersion Approach, or MIA. Lucas's history and expertise in creating language learning tools allowed MIA to quickly gain a lot of traction and money as people signed up to get the exclusive language learning programs Lucas was making that could be found nowhere else at the time. Unfortunately, while progress on Lucas's front went well full steam ahead, the other side
Scammers supporting each other to scam people. Scammers supporting and helping each other to scam people to make money scamming people. Scammers helping and supporting each other to scam people to make money scamming people. One scammer supporting the project of Matt vs. Japan here, so both of them can make money scamming people.
partnership was severely lacking. Matt, who had been tasked with making video lessons and writing articles for MIA, didn't seem to be creating very much content at all. Ultimately, this difference in work ethic led to a falling out between Lucas and Matt and MIA being dissolved. However, by this point, through the momentum MIA had created, Matt's presence on Patreon and YouTube was now fairly big, and he could pretty much support himself financially off of his now larger customer base. So he created a new company called Refold, where he seemingly just continued doing the same sort of things he had always done on YouTube and Patreon, which from my perspective involved primarily running his YouTube channel and making his income by promoting ideas that are almost all primarily borrowed from both AJAT and other immersion learning methods and communities. In fact, I first discovered Matt when one of his YouTube videos got linked on a Japanese learning community that I had recently joined called DJT, or Daily Japanese Thread. The video seemed harmless enough, just a guy talking about how he went about learning Japanese. However, when I asked other members about it, I discovered there was quite a bit more history between Matt and DJT. I heard he had pretty much been an active member of DJT Discord server for some years now. Furthermore, he had also been banned from DJT multiple times before he had created alts or alternate accounts to avoid these bans and keep participating under the guise that he was someone else. And I was shown screenshots of him saying some things under the assumption that no one would know it was him, that many people might find quite distasteful. This was shocking to me and quite confusing, because based on his YouTube videos, he didn't seem to me like someone that would do such things. But nevertheless, it appeared he had become somewhat of a running joke within the community, even so far as DJT members creating funny video compilations of him, and people following his methods pointing out how bad they were at Japanese in hilarious ways. I got such a kick out of these videos that I decided to make a YouTube channel myself and make my own funny compilation video about Matt. I got quite a few laughs from people for making the video and had quite a lot of fun with that. Afterwards, I continued to use my YouTube channel for creating educational videos for Japanese learners. As time passed, I also created many other tools and resources besides my videos for my friends at DJT, and had met some pretty interesting individuals there, including one man named Doth, who had written up a large post on Reddit detailing his journey from zero Japanese to passing the JLPT N1 test in less than 500 days. One day Doth told us that Matt had contacted him asking if he could interview him and make a video out of it for his Matt vs. Japan YouTube channel. It seems I wasn't the only one impressed with Doth and his unusually fast acquisition of the Japanese language. He accepted and a date was set. After some delays, the interview finally happened. I and many other DJT members expressed our excitement to see our friend in the finished interview video and patiently waited for Matt to upload it, but it just never seemed to happen. I searched for why that was. What I found was when Matt was asked about it on Discord, he seemed to respond that the interview was far too positive about DJT and did not serve as a useful video to advertise his own language learning product, Refold. I and others were quite disappointed by this result, but it was somewhat understandable from a business perspective. Still, I wanted to see the Doth interview myself, even if Matt didn't want the video on his YouTube channel. So I asked Doth's friend if he had the recording of the interview himself, and he said yes and shared it with me. However, what I didn't realize is this recording had more than just the Doth interview. As I kept watching it, the interview seemingly ends, but Matt and Doth continue chatting and talking over their video call. And before long, I was once again in total disbelief at what kind of things Matt will openly say and admit to in a casual conversation. It was then that I heard how Matt talked about the immersion learning community, and in particular people who followed him in a condescending tone, and while laughing seemed to purposefully admit to misleading them with the intent of using his reputation as an elite Japanese speaker in order to charge exorbitant prices for unproven learning materials. Not only this, he also mentioned that the products that he had released on his Patreon, like JP1K Deck, were certainly unproven and definitely of questionable quality, and hadn't taken very much time or thought to produce. Not to mention that the narrative that Matt is somehow among the most successful learners of Japanese is pretty questionable, considering how he constantly misrepresents how long he's actually been studying and how poor his achievements are in comparison to a lot of community members that I've met personally. And to this point, even Matt himself seems to agree with based on what I heard him saying to Doth. Anyways, when I heard him saying all these things, it was really quite disturbing. And I know that I've previously been known to make fun of Matt here and there just for the sake of entertainment, but this time it was different. I really thought people deserved to know how it seemed he really thought of them, and that his attitude of genuinely seeming to want to help them was more or less just pretend. And according to what he said, his main motivation can easily be interpreted to be to deceive people and profit off them, while admitting to 90% of learners that buy his products would never reach basic fluency in Japanese. I edited together a video based on the interview audio and uploaded it to YouTube. It gained thousands and thousands of views in just 3 days. I was overwhelmed by the incredibly supportive reaction the community had towards it, and seemingly how wide of a reach the video had. Many people thanked me for informing them about the other side of Matt that they were not aware of before buying into his methods and Patreon products. This was exactly my hope, that people could now make a more informed decision about who they choose to pursue their language learning goals. However, it did not last very long. About 7 days after the video was uploaded, I got a notification that a DMCA strike was filed against it by Matt. You see, when a video gets struck with a DMCA claim, the video is immediately no longer viewable by anyone on YouTube and gets taken down. I was heartbroken, but I was also quite confused because a DMCA claim is when you claim to have a copyright over a piece of work, which in this case was my YouTube video. However, this was my personal creation using small audio clips from a conversation between my friend Doth and Matt overlaid on top of visuals that I made myself. So it would seem to me that Matt clearly has no legitimate claim to its copyright. I suspected that Matt himself also knew as well as I did that he had no claim to it. In fact, my suspicions were confirmed after my friend shared a screenshot of a conversation he had with Matt, where he pretty much admitted to it. Because you see, he had contacted my friend about a week after filing the DMCA strike to ask to buy the rights to the conversation audio from him in order to help defend his position, that the takedown request was in fact not an abuse of the DMCA laws. In the meantime, though, I felt an obligation to my YouTube subscribers and the new viewers that I had found my video. I thought they might be quite confused that my most popular video had suddenly disappeared from my YouTube channel, so I quickly uploaded a short video informing them what had happened, and included screenshots of the DMCA takedown notification. The next day I woke to yet another notification. The video explaining the situation to my viewers had also been taken down by a DMCA Matt filed against it. To me, this seemed like him further trying to censor me and my videos that expose those parts of his character that some may find untrustworthy or even downright scammy. I wondered what I should do next. How do I tell my viewers what is happening if he keeps taking down my videos? But before I could even come up with an answer to that question, news reports came in. 2 new DMCA reports against my old educational Japanese videos that had nothing to do with Matt. I go to check who would do such a thing against me at such an already stressful time for my channel. The first one is from a name I do not recognize with an email that returns any mail sent to it as an unreachable address. Then I take a look at the second one, and it also seems quite suspicious to me. Under the legal name field, there just seems to be an internet username, bum1, instead of an actual real name. Based on the sudden timing of these 2 DMCA takedowns of my videos that have been up for many months now, combined with what appeared to be fabricated contact information, the only conclusion I could personally come to was that Matt had also created these DMCA copyright claims. And for those that don't know, when 3 or more DMCA claims are filed against a single YouTube channel, the whole account and all of its videos gets completely deleted. Now it's completely silenced on YouTube, with no way to even tell my viewers why my channel was gone. It appeared to me that this had been his goal all along, because it was about a week after this that I was shown screenshots of the conversation where he was trying to buy the rights to the interview audio from my friend. The wording he used seemed to imply that getting my channel deleted was indeed his end goal. YouTube contacted me shortly after telling me I technically could dispute the DMCA claim, but to do so, I would have to both send all my personal contact information, including my home address, to him, as well as agree to be held legally responsible and allow myself to be sued by him in court if he so chooses for copyright infringement. To me, this seemed like a huge risk, both because of the financial cost of a possible court battle, but also mainly because I did not want to give my identity to someone that now seemed to be using such shady tactics against me and in his business endeavors. After all, I have kids, a wife, and a career to worry about and protect from a risk I could seemingly avoid by just letting Matt have his way with getting my channel deleted. Plus, I was not making any financial gain from any of these videos or anything I had created for the Japanese learning community. It was all purely to help and educate people for free. So I decided the best option would be to reach out to other members of the community to see if they could help me in any way. And in doing so, is what ultimately led to this video being created. And that's pretty much the end of my story. I hope this message reaches someone who isn't as informed about everything going on behind the scenes and helps them make decisions going forward. I'd like to thank anyone that shares this video for help giving me a voice again on this issue when I would otherwise be completely censored by Matt. If you want to check out the videos that caused Matt to send the DMCA request or anything else I've made, please check out linktr.ee/ANACREON. I wish you all the best in your language learning adventures.
So here you can see someone else also saying bad things about Matt versus Japan, because he's a liar and a scammer and working together with all other liars and scammers. The language learning community on YouTube is a big scam community. Okay, he only put this video here to tell about his bad experience from Matt vs. Japan. Matt vs. Japan is a liar and a scammer, same like the whole language learning community. Matt vs. Japan is a liar and a scammer, same like the whole language learning community. And I don't believe that he have been learning Japanese for 10 years or more than 10 years. Before he created his YouTube channel, he never learned Japanese. He's a liar and a scammer. And after he created his YouTube channel, he just practiced some beginner stuff in Japanese and practice pronunciation and accent and all this bullshit and editing and faking. Matt vs. Japan is a liar and a scammer. He edits his videos and reading from a script, and he's not fluent or high level in Japanese. He's just a liar and a scammer, same like this whole language learning community, a big scam community on YouTube. All of them are liars and scammers. Watch my other videos on my channel and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. And if you're already subscribed, then thank you for subscribing, and share my videos. Share my videos to make more people know about those scammers. See you. Goodbye.